What's up, guys? Welcome to Homebrew Wednesday, Tubman Drinks Thursday, a video. Has beer. I'll talk about homebrewing. I'll try some beer. So whatever you want to call that, I'll just I'll label a Homebrew Wednesday. I mean, why not, right? So today we're going to be trying the Belching Bever Pumpkin Spice Milk Stout. This is one of the beers that I was lucky enough to be given for my birthday, part of my birthday present. This comes from Belching Bever Brewing in Vista, California. So a couple things before I crack it open. First, the beer is cracking along. I keep pointing over there because that's where my fermenter is, and I can see it from here. So that beer is cracking along. I've raised the temperature from 18 degrees Celsius to about 20 degrees Celsius, try to hopefully kick that yeast in a little bit. I took a sample yesterday, it's still sitting at about 1022, so it's still sitting really bloody high. Not sure if there's an issue with the beer or the yeast or what. I'll take another reading today, see how it's sitting, and then ask you guys for advice. So, you know, I mean, it could finish at 1022, but that just seems god-awful high to me. Excuse me a second. Sorry, I'll cut that out, or at least mute it. So that seems awful high to me. Is 1022 too high for a stout? I don't know. So I'll take another reading today. I did a bit of reading. It seems that some beers just kind of end at 1020-ish, and that's just, it is what it is. I mean, the samples I've tried have all been really good, so picked up the coffee beans for adding the coffee, which you do 24 hours before bottling. In this case, it'll be going into a keg. And I'm going to do a quarter of it, I think. I'm going to try about a quarter of it into a keg with some vanilla and 3/4 without. That way, if the vanilla turns out horrible, then, you know, I only have to drink a quarter of a keg. So, much easier than, you know, a full one. But on to the tasting today. So full disclosure, I've only had a couple pumpkin ales, and I've not been fond of really any of them. So Bruce, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'll definitely try it. Hopefully it'll be really good. The problem with a lot of pumpkin ales is they tend to overdo the spices and not do enough pumpkin. But we'll see how these guys go. It's a milk stout, so it should be really good, really creamy. On the back, it gives a little bit of information about the beer. It says they first started it in 2012, and they did a nitro beaver's milk stout, and people loved it. But the problem was the spices were clogging up their lines. So Troy wouldn't allow them to make it again. However, apparently they loved it so much they decided to bring it back. So hopefully that there's a crane going across the bridge. Isn't too loud, but so we'll crack this open. It's been sitting out for just a few minutes, probably a little bit more chilled than I would like, so we'll probably let it warm up a bit in the glass. Probably cut away and come back to it, but so apparently this has hints of cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and, you know, pumpkin pie. So we shall try it. Let's give it a crack open. Smells quite good. Smells like a milk stout. Certainly looks like a stout. About a finger and a half head on there. Oh wow, yeah. So it definitely smells a lot like a milk stout. That's the first thing I really get is that milky, you know, I mean your typical stout, that chocolatey note. Not a lot of coffee or anything, but just a lot of that toffee, sweet flavor or sweet smell. I definitely get a bit of cinnamon, kind of in the middle of the nose. You get a just nice little of cinnamon, just a nice little kick. A little bit of vanilla note. Definitely nutmeg. There's a lot of nutmeg smell in here, or scent in here, so I'm not getting much of the clove, but it definitely, you know, as it kind of sits on my nose a bit, it definitely smells like a pumpkin pie. So that nutmeggy, cinnamony kind of flavor. Yeah, I think it smells pretty decent. We will give it a shot. It's got a nice, you know, dark tan head to it. It smells really good. All right, so cheers, guys. Let's give it a taste. Kind of let it warm up on my tongue a little bit. Wow. Again, a lot of vanilla-y, bit of nutmeg. This isn't overpowered at all. Like I said, my problem with a lot of pumpkin spice or pumpkin beers is they tend to really overdo the spices, and it doesn't let any of the actual beer flavors come through. But this, I really like this. This is... You get that little bit of vanilla up front, that milk stout, you know, that kind of lactosey, milky kind of flavor right up on the front. I shouldn't say the flavor, it's more that, just that kind of smoothness and richness. The stout definitely comes through. It's got a nice chocolatey, biscuity kind of flavor. And then you get more of that nutmeg and the cinnamon just a little bit on the back end. It's not overpowering at all. I lick my lips and I definitely get a lot of the cinnamon on my lips. Bit of that nutmeg. I'm not getting a lot of pumpkin. I'm kind of getting all the... Sorry. There's a bridge right here and the trucks go over it all the time. Anyways, I'm getting quite a bit of that, you know, the pumpkin spiciness, but I don't get a lot of pumpkin flavor. I'm quite pleased with that. The Belching Bever Brewing, established in 2012. That's quite good. Now I wish they were a bit closer so I can get more. That is, that is really good, and as it warms up a little bit, a lot more of that nutmeggy, cinnamony taste comes out. So I'm going to let this sit and warm for a few minutes, let the flavors develop a bit, and I will come right back. Cheers. Alright guys, so I just took a hydrometer reading off camera while I let this warm up a little bit. Still sitting just above 1020, so about 1021-ish. I don't know. Should I repitch? Should I stir it? I really don't know what I should do. I've tasted the beer. It tasted really good. I'll double check my notes. I believe it started out at 16 bricks, or ended at 16 bricks. I think I calculated it out to 1065 or 1069. You know what? Let me grab my book. Let's see. It ended at 1069 or 17 bricks, and it's sitting at 1022, so we're 1021-ish. I took a reading on the 7th. Today's the 9th. Yeah, today's the 9th. Took a reading on the 7th and it was 1022, so it's just kind of sitting there. What do you guys think? Should I repitch? Should I stir? I don't know what to do with this beer. I'm wondering if I might repitch. I mean, there's a lot of firsts going on for me too here. First time I actually used a refractometer to take my pre-boil and post-boil, so it was 16 bricks pre-boil and about 17, just over 17 post-boil, giving me 1069 post-boil. According to my calculations at least, 1069 post-boil. First time using this fermenter, first time heating my sparge water heater properly. or heating my sparge water properly. So started out 1065, went to 1069, or no, it went from 10, maybe I have that backwards. Either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You guys are a lot more experienced than I am with a lot of this stuff, so we'll see. But back to the Belching Bever, which has got to be one of the coolest brewing names I've ever heard. Wish I can kind of steal that, but... Yeah, no, definitely. It's the more it kind of sits there and lingers, I get more of that nutmeggy, cinnamony flavor coming out of it. So definitely recommend it. I mean, for those of you in the States, if you can get this, sounds like they had pre-sold a bunch of counts. The back is hilarious. I'll take a photo and post it up as well, or put it down in the description of the video. Came out with this beer when we first opened in 2012. Our first derivative of Nitro Beaver's Milk Stout, and people loved it. Everyone but the brewers. The spices were clogging up the nitro spouts. We were constantly cleaning them. Troy would not let us make it again the following year. So now you know what I have to deal with. It's always production versus sales. Dave and I loved the beer and wanted it back, so basically this year I pre-sold some rather large accounts. I'm just sneaky that way, so we have to make it now, and we did. Hints of cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, you know, pumpkin pie, Tom. So I'm guessing Tom is probably, you know, the CEO or something. I'll take a look, see if I can find out, but thank you, Bruce and family, for bringing that back for me. That's really awesome. I really like this. If all pumpkin beers were like this, they'd probably be some of my favorites. So definitely digging that. The pumpkin spice milk stout. I might have to see if I can find a way to clone it. So that's that, guys. Let me know what you think with the beer. If 1022, 1021 is still too high. I mean, it was still kind of bubbling away a bit. I know that the airlocks are never an indicator of fermentation, but 1020 just seems a little bit high for me. Most of my beers come out at 1011, 1010, so first time doing this style as well. So let me know what you guys think about the homebrew. And if anyone's interested in trying it out, especially if you're around Auckland, let me know. I'll see if I can get some bottles out to some people. Dino, I know, is close. Tube Dino's. So, Dino, I'll see if I can get some to you. I believe a few other people are pretty close. I live on the North Shore, so hopefully we can work something out. I'll get it kegged and transfer some into bottles, assuming it turns out okay. I mean, I think it tastes all right, just with the samples I've had out of the hydrometer. So, anyways, guys, until next time, cheers, and drink good beer.